we finally have it. The PS5 is in the house, guys, finally. Now, I know this is quite late when compared to some other channels in the US especially. I'm sorry, this is when we literally got the PS5 from Sony. So it is a bit late, but thank you, Sony, for sending this early. It's still a week early before the UK's release. So yeah, now it's finally the time to unbox this baby up. As you can see, this is the reviewer's kit, and take a closer look at the PlayStation 5. Oh, and in case you guys missed it, we're actually doing a giveaway of not the PS5, unfortunately, at least not yet, but of the iPhone 12. You can pick whichever color you want. Full details are in the description box down below. Okay, so taking a look at the box, as you can probably tell, this is a massive box. So on the front we have the sleeve that actually covers the entire box, and on the front we have this Play Has No Limits, but then if I move this, we get the PlayStation logo, and then if I tilt it lower, Play Has No Limits. It's this really cool, this really cool material, this really cool effect. Anyways, that's pretty much it in terms of the sleeve. It's just white on all sides. So let me just remove this and take a look at the actual contents of the box. So removing the sleeve gives us a first look at the actual PlayStation 5 box. And I gotta say, this box is pretty massive. It's not as big as I was expecting. It's a bit smaller, but it's still quite massive. Okay, so on the front we have an image of the PS5. This is the disc version of the PS5. If you get the discless version or the digital version of the PS5, that actually comes with a black box, which I would say that actually looks nicer. But anyways, we have the controller. PS5, PlayStation 5 supports 8K, 4K 120, and HDR. Then on the top of the box, as you can see, we have a Sony and PS5 logo and the handle. Then on the right hand side, we have PS5 logo. On the bottom, we just have, well, pretty much nothing. And then we have an image of the PS5 and the controller on the left. And then this is what we get on the back of the box. Play like never before, lightning speed, harness the power of a custom CPU and SSD with integrated I/O that rewrites the rules of what a PlayStation console can do. Breathtaking immersion, discover a deeper gaming experience with support for haptic feedback, adaptive triggers, and 3D audio technology, and stunning games. Marvel at incredible graphics and experience new PS5 features. Play a back catalog of supported PS4 games with system updates. Okay, so now it's time to remove the seal and open up the actual PlayStation box. So we have a top-down camera, of course, but it's so difficult to get this PS5 in the shot because it's just so massive. So let's see, this is the cardboard box that contains the PS5 itself and all the accessories. And it seems like you just open it up like this. So many boxes inside of boxes. Okay, actually it's the other way. So you have to open it basically vertically, but we cannot fit it in the shot. So the first thing that we get is the controller. Let me just put it to the side. Then we get some manuals, which are just sitting like this in the box, by the way. I'm gonna take a closer look at each of these, by the way, individually. Then we get quick start guide, which again, I'll take a look in just a minute. Let's see, what else do we get inside of this? We get a cable, which is a USB Type-C to USB Type-A cable. This is for charging the controller, I assume. Then we get the stand separately. Then we get the HDMI cable. Now, this is actually an HDMI 2.1 cable. There were a few reports, by the way, that were saying that this is just an HDMI 2.0 cable, not a 2.1. But yes, this is a 2.1, so this does support 4K at up to 120 FPS and also 8K. So you don't have to buy a separate cable. Also, make sure you use this cable. So you probably already have an HDMI cable. Replace that with this. Otherwise, you won't be getting the full 4K, 120, and even 8K support. And then we get to the actual console itself. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a first look at the console, and then I'll come back for all of these accessories. Oh! Guys, this is massive, so I'm struggling with space. By the way, we'll be moving into a bigger studio next year. Fun fact. But until then, we have this smaller setup. And there you go, this is the PS5, and I gotta say, it's massive, but it's actually smaller than I expected. So it comes packed in this sleeve right here. It's not as nice as the Xbox was packed, but at least the sleeve actually matches the color of the console. Xbox was black. Oh, interesting. So, wow, okay. So literally the first thing that I've noticed is that it's not actually white. It's like gray. Honestly, this isn't white. You can probably tell the desk is white. This is pure white. This is like gray. I don't know how well you can see it on camera because obviously YouTube will affect the colors a bit, and we do color grade as well. But just as a comparison, this is the white iPhone box. That's pure white on the iPhone, and this is the PlayStation 5. So it's like a gray, like a bright gray. It's very similar to the white PS4 controller, the platinum white. But oh man, this is so cool. Like, we've done so many videos on the PS5. And it's really cool seeing this in person for the very first time. We were actually the first that showcased the developer kit design for the PS5. I gotta say, I love the design. It looks much better than I expected, and it's actually smaller than I expected. It's still a big console, but it's not as big as I expected, at least from the press images and from the videos. This looked to be gigantic, and it still is. Like, look at that compared to my head. So yeah, I mean, it's cool. It's really cool. So happy to have this in the studio, and I cannot wait to try it. So let's go over the ports. We also have the Xbox, so we'll compare it to that in just one second. But on the front, we have a USB Type A port and also USB Type C port, and they both support 10 gigabit per second speeds. Or sorry, no, just the USB Type C. This is 5 gig per second, I believe. This is the disk drive. Now, if you don't have a disc version of the PS5, so if you just have the digital, then you won't have this bulge here, so it's just gonna be a nicer design in that case. That's pretty much everything on the front. Other than that, we have a PlayStation logo right here, which is see-through. So I don't know if you can tell, probably not, but this is fully see-through. And then nothing on the back, by the way, so the back is just matte, nothing here. And then on the rear, we have some more ports, and of course, the main vent. So the first thing here is a Kensington lock, if you can see that. That's for just locking the console in the store, or I don't know, if it's displayed somewhere in a public space, it won't get stolen that way, or, you know, it's much more difficult to steal in that case. We have two more USB Type A ports, which I believe are both 10 gigabit per second. You'll see a message on the display if I'm wrong, but I believe they're both 10 gig. And then we have a 1 gig Ethernet port and an HDMI 2.1 port and the power input, and that's pretty much it. So as you can probably tell, there are no ports for connecting the PSVR headsets. If you do have a PSVR like I do, you'll need to contact Sony and request an adapter specifically. I gotta say, first impressions design-wise, I love it. It's so cool. Do I like it more than the Xbox? Well, I don't know. I do have an Xbox right here, so we can compare the size. This is heavier. The Xbox is heavier. It's like more tightly packed. I don't know, it's difficult. Like, this is a fingerprint magnet, by the way. I do really like both, so I'm not fully sure. There is a pretty significant size difference, as you can tell. The PS5 is taller, quite a bit taller than the Xbox is, but the Xbox is fatter. It's so difficult. Like, I honestly love both designs. Which one do you prefer? I'm like conflicted, I don't know. I think it's like picking between a MacBook Pro and an Air. You know, you like both for different reasons. Right, so that's how it compares against the Xbox Series X. Now let's bring in a few more consoles. So right here we have the Xbox Series S. This thing is tiny. And again, this is pure white. So you can probably tell that a PS5 is sort of like a gray white. It's not pure white, which is something that I was not expecting. But other than that, the Series S is super tiny compared to the PS5. Obviously, the Series S isn't as powerful as the PS5, but there you go. Pretty significant size difference between these consoles. Right, so what about some previous PlayStations? So this is the PS4 Pro, my personal PS4 Pro. And this thing was pretty big, but as you can tell, the PS5 is just gigantic when compared to the PS4 Pro. So a pretty significant size difference here too, and the PS5 is also fatter. Yeah, and then let's bring in the original PS4, which is also my, well, I'm not using this anymore, but there we go, my old PS4, and this was even smaller. So that's the size difference. Now, yes, the PS5 will not fit in most TV cabinets. It will definitely not fit in mine. Like, even the Xbox Series X barely fits. So you'll likely have to have this vertically, but we do have that stand. So let's take a look at all the other accessories that we got in the box. Okay, safety guide. So you don't really care about this. Then you have the guarantee, which again, you don't really care about this. And then you have the quick start guide, which you definitely do care about. So let's see what we have inside of this. So this basically tells you how to attach the base. which is quite cool. How to, place the console with the rear facing up, remove the that cap, and attach the stand. There we go, for the horizontal position, how to connect the cables, all that. You can pause this video, by the way, if you want to read this a bit better. How to connect the LAN cable, how to connect to the TV, all that sort of stuff. It's a pretty easy process, just, you know, booting up the console. This also tells you how to transfer your data from the PS4, which I'm definitely gonna do. And yes, you can do that. You can get all of your save games transferred. Yeah, I'm really, really excited for this. I'm gonna quickly check the controller because I haven't even seen that in person. So let's take a look at that. Oh, actually, almost forgot. Before we do that, let's take a look at the stand for the PS5 and how we actually attach this. So the thing is, you can obviously have the PS5 standing up like that, but preferably you also want a stand to improve the airflow, because this will raise the console a bit, so it's gonna have a bit more airflow. Okay, so this is the stand, and this is how you attach it in horizontal position. It's quite easy. You just snap it in, and you can basically attach it anywhere, and that's pretty much it. It's a very easy process, and then you know, you just have the PS5 standing like this, and it won't wobble, because in horizontal position, if you don't have the stand, it will wobble. Now, if you want to attach the stand to have the PS5 in vertical orientation, in that case, this is a bit of a more complicated-ish process. So you just need to snap this this protective cap off. So that's the first thing, and then you can also insert this. There we go, right there, to keep it safe in the stand itself. So quite easy. Okay, so I actually had to look this up in the manual because I couldn't find the screw. But apparently it's actually hidden inside the base. So do you see this window on the base? You just slide the base like this, basically like that, and then you have a hidden screw right here, which you can remove. And then while keeping this window open, you will have to just slide the screw in, and then you're just gonna need a coin to screw this in, but pretty easy process. And there you go, the PS5 can now sit on a stand. And it looks pretty cool. Right, finally, controller time. Let's see. So I haven't seen this in person yet. This is my very first time. Oh, okay. Huh, this is interesting. It feels a bit fake. I don't know, it gives you the impression that it's a replica. I don't know. So the front is very, very smooth. It's like very smooth plastic. But then on the back, you get this really nice texture, and there you go. As you can probably tell, you can see that this texture on the back is essentially made out of the circle, square, triangle, PS4 controller symbols. Same goes for the PS5 unit on the inside, but it's really, really difficult to tell. Now, I gotta say, it's not as grippy as the Xbox controller, so I do prefer the Xbox controller in terms of grip on the back. But it's very, very comfortable. Like, this is more comfortable for sure than the PS4 controller, so that's good. It's also bigger. I do like it a lot. Like, this is nice. This is a major improvement in terms of how it feels compared to the PS4 controller, the DualShock 4. Now, I won't be testing the haptics in this one just yet because that's a separate video. Yeah, but overall, I do like how it feels, and even the touchpad now has the same smooth feel as the rest of the controller. So it is an improvement, I gotta say. I cannot really test, like I said, the haptics just yet because I'll need to set this up. So that's going to be a separate video. Definitely subscribe, hit the bell icon for that. And we do have a USB Type-C connector on the back, so I do like that. Now, let's see how it compares to the Xbox controller. So this is the Xbox Series X controller. And as you can tell, the PS5 is actually a bit bigger than the Xbox. In terms of comfortability, I don't know. I'll have to use both. The PS5 is definitely bigger. I think the comfortability is about the same. I'm not a big fan of this really clicky D-pad on the Xbox, so I do prefer the more silent one on the PlayStation. But other than that, we have built-in batteries on the PS5 controller versus separate rechargeable batteries, or actually just AA batteries, which you can replace with rechargeable batteries if you want on the Xbox side. But like I said, I do actually prefer the grippy texture on the back of the Xbox. It just feels a bit better and grippier than on the PlayStation. So yeah, just wait for the full video on the controller. Oh, there we go. I actually pressed the PS5 logo, and I don't know if you can tell, the LED lights started turning up. Anyways, this is how it compares against the DualShock 4 controller. This is actually the white controller, and as you can tell, well, the improvements are pretty significant. And I gotta say, the DualShock 4 was nice, but oh my god, this feels so uncomfortable when compared to the DualSense. Yeah, this is so much nicer than the PS4 controller. This feels so cheap now. Wow, it's crazy. It feels like a PS3 controller now. Yeah, definitely more comfortable. And I don't know if you can tell, the white is about the same. And keep in mind, this was not pure white. This was like a platinum white gray something. So there we go. This is the controller. Oh, and you know when I said that we're not doing a PS5 giveaway? Well, I've actually changed my mind. We will be doing a PS5 giveaway. Full details are now in the description box down below. So if you made it until this point of the video, yes, we are giving away a PS5. So definitely stay tuned for that. The giveaway will end in a month. Yeah, definitely subscribe. We'll be doing more videos on the PS5 in the upcoming days and weeks. I cannot wait to test this, and then a full comparison against the Xbox is coming too. So thank you for watching. This has been ZONEofTECH. I'm Daniel, and I'll see you guys in the next one. ZONEofTECH signing out. Cheers.